Welcome back to Making Me Watch Movies. The movie Making Me Watch today, this week, is Jake's pick for our Halloween specials. And it is none other than the classic ZOMBEAVERS. It's about alien zombies on Mars.
That's not correct. Did you say?
ZOMBEAVERS?
Did you watch the wrong movie?
ZOMBEAVERS.
ZOMBEAVERS.
Oh, it's ZOMBEAVERS? There's beavers on the moon?
No, there's no moon. What movie did you watch?
I watched 1985's ZOMBEAVERS.
Uh-oh. This is going to be a difficult podcast because...
Classic podcast mix-up.
The 2014.
We didn't watch ZOMBEAVERS?
Where
the zombies take over the universe.
ZOMBEAVERS.
Lucky for you guys, I've seen them both. Beavers. I can talk about either one.
The beavers are zombies.
All right, hold on. We'll pause. We'll come back and I'll watch ZOMBEAVERS.
Copy.
And we're back. The movie you're making me watch today is called ZOMBEAVERS.
ZOMBEAVERS.
2014. Mm-hmm. Jake, what is your words for ZOMBEAVERS? ZOMBEAVERS, not ZOMBEAVERS. I feel like I'm saying the same thing.
Inspirational. What's your words?
My word is looked good for what it was. Shout out Cook. We need Cook S4s. That's what I was most impressed about.
Ray's word, green jacket, gold jacket. Go ahead.
Who gives a shit? My word, sexy as fuck.
Hell yeah.
That movie's sexy, dude.
Beavers, dude. You gotta love beavers. Episode 69. ZOMBEAVERS.
This is episode 69.
Yep. So you're right. This was partially a goof pick, partially a spite pick.
You're such a pig.
But also, I've been wanting to just talk about this movie anyway. So it's a fucking, it's hilarious. This is a hilarious.
Tell us.
B movie.
Tell us about this beaver movie.
And yeah, so it's a cabin in the woods type movie. Essentially, it's these three girls go out for a weekend, girls' weekend, and little do they know, there are ZOMBEAVERS on the loose. And for those who aren't clear on what a ZOMBEAVER is, it's a beaver that's a zombie.
Well, how does the movie start?
The movie starts with cameos by the great Bill Burr and the great John Mayer. Neither professional actors, which is a point.
Bill Burr is for sure a professional actor.
Okay, true, but not like.
This is John Mayer's debut in acting.
Is it? In 2014, I guess, like Bill Burr wasn't like regularly acting, but he was doing some stuff here and there.
When was Breaking Bad? He was in Breaking Bad. He was done stuff before that.
He was.
I think Bill Burr's always tried to be.
He's like little parts here and there. He hasn't really like started anything other than like this past year with
that star in Mandalorian.
Judd Apatow movie he starred in. Well, kind of co-starred.
The Staten Island one.
Never saw it. Pete Davidson. Yeah. Shout out to Matt Davidson, by the way.
Shout out to Davidson.
Pete Davidson's brother.
And Matt.
Yeah, both.
Boo, Matt Davidson. Boo, Matt Davidson.
Whoa, get the fuck out of here.
No.
You just booing Matt Davidson?
I see him every day. It's different.
Lucky.
Why, you hate him?
No, I don't hate him. It's just easy to boo him when you see him.
I wish I saw Matt Davidson every day.
I wish I saw Matt Davidson every day, too.
Well, maybe you guys should come here and see him.
Maybe.
You want both of us to come somewhere when one of him can come to us?
Yeah, he's a special guy. You got to come to him. Point.
Bring him back.
We just need to fire one person.
Yep.
Come in with the milk, you guys.
Okay, anyway, back to ZOMBEAVERS.
ZOMBEAVERS?
So
ZOMBEAVERS was epic. When they landed on the moon, I didn't like, number one, how does a zombie control a spaceship?
Other one.
Is that what ZOMBEAVERS is about? Zombies landing on
Is that actually a movie? That sounds like it might be a movie.
Sorry, I just forgot what we were talking about.
Or is this
ZOMBEAVERS?
ZOMBEAVERS. Continue. Gotta enunciate the B, apparently. Yeah.
Apparently, obviously.
So in what reminded me of Train to Busan, the beginning of the movie, this chemical truck like runs into a deer, and then the chemicals spill down, and then they roll into this river, and then there's this opening. The opening credits are fucking awesome because they're like these cartoony,
that's part of the
silly, crazy low budget graphics, and
that's
like
part of the movie.
And as the tub of toxic waste is floating down the river, and then we follow the toxic waste, and it lands on a beaver dam.
Is that
Starts
not
to
how the
spray ooze
Crazies started
all
too?
over.
Remember the movie Crazies?
I think this is a pretty standard start of a zombie movie.
You're right.
Just chemical spill, shit happens. Train to Busan. I think Train to Busan essentially just ripped this movie off. Train to Busan was like a year or two later. This movie came out, super epic.
What's crazy is this was
there was
called
a deer in the beginning.
ZOMBEAVERS, and then that movie came out first. They had to change it.
The Train to Zombieverse?
Yeah.
The Train to Zombieverse. That's sick. I would watch that for sure.
It's terrifying.
So yeah, after the chemical spill, we meet our three main characters. These ladies that are coming out to have a girls' weekend. And kind of a classical, kind of a somewhat cliche like horror setup. Like one's like the bitchy bad girl, one's like the good girl, then one's this girl in distress who just got cheated on. So the whole weekend's kind of set up to like make this one girl get over her boyfriend. But
nothing like going camping.
Camping with a couple of
All
gals.
three of them, super hot.
And that's where the fun starts. And eventually they go swimming. Immediately we get some topless chicks on, swimming around. Schwartz, I know you're a big fan. Everyone's a big fan. Who are we gonna lie? Yeah, so that's classic.
Like Smith says, who's not looking for beavers?
Right.
Smith
Exactly.
with a Y.
Classic beaver jokes throughout.
Classic Smith.
He's he's kind of like the redneck dude that lives in the town and eventually helps them out before it turns into a zombie himself. Spoiler alert.
Another classic trope of this
Oh yeah.
B movie cabin in the woods situation.
Yeah, it's kind of like the
He
redneck.
could have been the bad guy.
Kind of could have been the creepy guy, but kind of becomes the good guy. So anyway, as we go after the first day, the boyfriends show up, even though they're not supposed to be there. So that creates some rifts in the group. And
the main girl, not the main, I don't know, main girl, the girl that they were all going out with, apparently got cheated on by Sam, her boyfriend.
Yes.
So definitely didn't want him to be there.
Yes.
But lo and behold, who shows up?
Yeah. But Zoe, the girl who seems to be like the bad girl, the slutty one of the group, she's the one who was topless in like one of the first scenes, just swimming around. We love her. So yeah, she's all about it. I think she's the one who told the boyfriends where they were. And her boyfriend is named Buck, and he's fucking hilarious. And Buck likes to fuck, and they do a lot of that in this movie. And there's some funny sex scenes in this movie.
Is Buck the funny guy?
Buck's the one that's always wearing the dumb hat.
He
even swims in a fucking beanie.
One of the best lines is hey, you know when your leg falls asleep, my dick's asleep. You need to wake that dick up. And he's like, let me wake that dick up.
And like while they're having sex, the things he's saying, he's just yelling like, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you. You're prettier than, like, weird shit like that. He's just like, and we see actually a blooper reel at the end of the movie where like they're just showing that him just saying all these different lines. It's pretty fucking funny.
All of them were most likely ad-libbed. Hilarious.
That guy just seemed like all of his shit was just like ad-libbed. That guy was that character was pretty funny. All of them, all the boyfriends, huge douchebags.
So
pretty cliche.
Did this director direct any other movies other than this drone movie?
I don't think.
And have you better yet, have you seen any other movies?
I have not seen any of his movies.
He started with Crank Yankers. He was a Crank Yankers guy, and then
he was like a TV writer.
So improv is a big deal.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
The drone movie he made looks like it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, I need to watch that trailer. It's just called
I definitely need to
drone,
watch that
right?
I have to see that.
About movie. A killer drone.
Yeah,
I think it's
a regular.
I don't think it's called the drone. I think it's called something else.
It's called Drone.
All right, sweet. Well,
yeah, you don't gotta yell at me, dude.
I'll watch it. Sounds funny. The drone. Yep.
I think it's called Come Out and Play.
So
that's the name of the clip. I don't know.
You ever see a movie called Rubber?
Yeah, with the tire.
Yeah, it was like a killer tire. That was pretty. Yeah. This was like in the same vein of like that, like very campy, cheesy, like B movie horror, like but also comedy shit.
This was just like a really bad version of Cabin in the Woods. That's what this was. It was just like
why is it bad?
Not Cabin in the Woods. I'm sorry. Cabin Fever. This is just like a shitty version of Cabin Fever. You know what I mean? It was the same movie basically. They all just kind of instead of instead of having their skin melt off and turn into creatures, they turn into fucking beavers.
Remind me what part there was Zombievers in Cabin in the Woods.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They took away the skin melting off, becoming creatures to.
Let's hold on. Let's.
It's like any cabin in
in
the woods story, though.
Because that was a great twist when the
people become zombies.
Yes, that was amazing.
I'm not gonna lie. When people were becoming zombie. Okay, so we didn't explain. Did we explain that?
No.
Yeah.
When a beaver, the Zombeavers, the contaminated beavers, thanks to Bill Burr and John Mayer, when they bite someone and or scratch, I guess,
apparently
they then become not only zombies but beaver people.
Yes, and like most
CBPs
or some horror zombie movies that they're very inconsistent on like the time it takes for them to change, but they eventually do change. But yeah.
What do you mean? I feel like they were pretty consistent with it.
Well, it was like Buck got his like fucking foot bit off by a zombiever, and that was hilarious. And like, but he had changed to the next day or something, and then randomly like Jen, I think was the blonde girl. She like kind of, that was a weird timing of her. She was the first one to see the switch.
Or Jen and him got slashed at the same time, ish, I think. Because she went to the house right when he got his foot bit off.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She was attacked by, and I think that's when she was contaminated.
So
I think it was pretty similar timing.
That's true.
She did, she's a girl.
Good point.
She's got a weaker immune system.
Yeah. And it wasn't until like later where some of the other ones changed. Yeah. And the movie was like, so like our first zombiever attack was early on, and it showed them. That was when they were swimming, having a good time. And then after that, it was kind of like locked in the cabin type scenes, and then zombievers trying to get in there.
Was that after? That was the first zombeaver?
Well, I think they saw
the first one was in the house, right?
In the house, yeah. It was in
before.
That's right. Yeah, it was in the bathtub.
In the bathtub.
And they just thought it was a beaver with rabies. They didn't realize
classic
it was a
line
beaver.
The next morning when the girl goes, how do we know? Can't you guys think that maybe it's not only one beaver?
Right. Yeah, like there's a lot of little setup lines. It was cheesy. It was cheesy as fuck, of course. Like the
terrible movie.
It was not a good movie, but this was like the example I would like to show you guys of what a B movie is, dude. This is like no big name actors, a very low budget. I think it was like I read it was like $1 million or $2 million to make this movie. Yeah,
that's not that little of amount of money. Actually, there's been better movies made.
Damn, now you have the opposite argument, Schwartz.
No, compared to like a 30, 40, $50 million movie, like those aren't B movies. Like these are B movies.
You can make a B movie with a big budget. What I'm saying about this is $2 million movie. I think Whiplash was made for less than this movie. Like there's been many, many great movies that you can make with a $2 million budget. This movie looks really good. It's shot in Alexa Mini with fucking Cook primes. Like it's made bad purposely. Like it's like Sharknado. Like they went out to make a B movie of this movie. They could have made it for $50,000. And kept the rest of the money and still made a B movie. You know what I mean?
Like
they actually went out and made it like a. They spent a lot of. Even that drone movie looks like it's got good production value.
Yeah,
like
it's not bad.
Like,
it feels very amateur.
A lot of money.
It definitely feels very amateur, but it's like it. I think they achieved what they set out to make for sure.
100%. It's ridiculous. What I liked about the Zombievers is that they were practical.
All right, double. Yeah. Whiplash was made for twice this budget.
How much?
About twice. 3.3.
3.3 million.
And this was 2?
This is 2. It doesn't matter. But I just think it's funny that like before we were like, oh no, like 34 million is it's a big budget. And you're like, no, that's not a big budget. Now you're saying that the 1 million is, oh well, that's pretty big budget.
No, I'm saying that
your arguments are funny.
I'm saying that you can have this is a $2 million to make this movie. Like you could make it $2 million can make a lot of movies, and you chose to make Zombievers with it. Like that's a big budget for this type of movie. Like $2 million is a lot of money.
I mean, maybe they already had the script written and like they had a vision, and
Well, they
That's not
made
what they got.
A million of it was Alexa
they made
and
this movie
lenses.
purposely. Like the corniness, the stupidness, the people wanting you to think this is a dumb movie. That was all done purposely, is what I'm saying. And that's what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, you could have made this movie with $100,000, and like it could have been even shittier looking. You know what I mean? And it still would have had the same.
But
same
if this
effect.
movie, if they had 30 million, how fucking badass would it be?
I like
But
that.
would it still be a B movie?
Or would it still be? That would be. I wouldn't call it a B movie then.
I like if it's the same script as this, it's totally a B movie.
Jake,
If it was
you're
$30
the
million and starring like Leonardo DiCaprio and like Kate Winslet, no, it wouldn't be a B
it'd
movie.
still be a
Jake,
B movie.
you're the production designer, or no, you're the director. You're the director of this movie.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you $30 more million before you finish. We're gonna give you $30 more million to throw at this movie before it comes out. What do you do? What do you spend that money on?
I would definitely beef up the script, make it a little longer, probably add a revenge tale in there. I'm talking probably about 2.5 hours long. Hire a bunch of Koreans, and then
Like to be in it or to work on it.
oh, just to work on it and be in it.
Okay.
Probably Song Kang-ho for sure would be in this
And
movie.
Dong Suk.
Yeah, Dong Suk, and then Leo would be like Leonardo. Leo would just
DiCaprio?
play, Leo would only play
Is there a Korean actor named
Bill
Leo?
Burr's role. No, Leonardo. It would still be set in the United States, but it would be a Korean film about a bunch of Korean people on vacation, and it would be directed by Bong Joon-ho instead of Jordan Rubin, who wrote the script. So that's confusing. That's convoluted. My answer.
It's also rude.
I'm directing it. My bad.
You're switching Bill Burr out for Leo.
Yeah. But
I switched John Mayer for Leo. I keep Bill Burr. I switch John Mayer.
Oh, I'm keeping Bill Burr, but he's going to be in the John Mayer role. I'm just moving him over. Leo's driving. John Mayer.
Right, I don't hate that.
John Mayer, I'm only hiring to do the soundtrack, and it's going to be a John Mayer full score.
Acoustic.
Well, there's your 30 million right there.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be an acoustic John Mayer soundtrack to a Korean revenge film about ZOMBEAVERS. Yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'd watch that movie. At least the thought of it. If someone told me they're making that movie, I'd be like, I'll check that out.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks. I'm gonna try to make it happen.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
I was just gonna
give me like 10
cocaine.
years. I'm gonna remake it into a $30 million Korean revenge zombiever movie. It's gonna be sick. Starring Leo and Song Kang-ho, my favorite actors.
So where do we end? The zombie comes to life. There's a zombie in the bathtub. They kill it. I'm sorry, there's a zombie in the bathtub.
Oh, by the way, what I've been trying to say is I think that the Zombeavers being practical and not CGI was pretty great. I think that saved the movie.
Number one, they don't have the money for CGI.
That saved the movie.
No, but it made it
$30 million. I had CG zombies.
Added to the humor, because they looked good, but they also
$30 million.
I
hire ILM.
Funny, there's just some funny shit in this movie.
Dude,
and
but they were better that they were practical. That's better.
Yeah, they were like puppets, right?
Yeah, that's way better.
$30 million. I hire ILM. Call it a day.
You get George Lucas to be an EP.
Hell yeah.
Yo, executive producer,
Georgie boy.
From the executive producer of Star Wars comes Zombeavers.
Produced by George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola.
From the guys who brought you Star Wars.
And American Graffiti.
Zombie.
The guys who brought you Ewok Battle to Endor.
There's no, there would definitely be an Ewok in this movie.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Awesome.
Zombie Ewoks.
I think I would just give Bong Joon-ho like $5 million just to like consult.
We should make zombie walks, dude. That would be hilarious.
Holy shit.
That was great.
That's so good.
They land on Endor.
We get
and it's just zombie walks everywhere.
Yo, did you by chance stick around for the end credit sequence of this movie? There's an after credit scene that I didn't know about until I read something about it.
I saw it.
So it's bees on the dead Zombeaver.
And there's
the bee is taking the blood. So it'll probably be zombies at some point.
That's pretty good. I'll give
not as good as Ewoks.
Zombie walks. Yes, that's the pronunciation. Zombie walks. That's so
somebody
funny.
should be that for Halloween. A zombie walk.
A zombie walk.
God.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
Zombie Ewok. Zombie walk.
Zombie walk, baby.
People are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you?"
I'm a zombie walk.
I'm a zombie walk. I want to be one of those zombiever people. So yeah,
Why?
because they're hilarious looking. Was that not a great twist? Did you not see that coming? Because when I first saw it, I'm like, I just didn't see it coming for whatever reason. Even though it's
When the
I
fucking
mean,
truth comes
like
out,
people
it's
do
ridiculous.
turn into the zombies, right? Like it's zombies turn people into zombies.
When they were like, "What is
we
she
all
doing
know.
in there?"
But
and
the
they just
zombie
cuts to what's her name, and they're just slapping her tail on the ground. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's great.
I
Was
don't
this
know,
a
man.
good movie, Anthony? Did you enjoy this movie? Would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, to a certain type of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like very
Definitely.
niche. It's a very niche
I don't know. The
film.
fourth
Like,
time I
it's not
watched
good, but
it,
it's funny. It's
I
entertaining.
was into it.
I think I've seen it 4 times now, actually, too. 3 or 4.
I watched it 4 times in the past 3 days.
That's amazing.
That's funny.
You know, it's a good movie for what it is.
Yeah.
It's
For what it is.
there's a lot of nice things to look at. It has a crazy twist. It has Bill Burr and John Mayer.
Yep.
Also,
beginning
I
then.
mean, we didn't even talk about the end, like the actual end of the movie.
Yeah. So
So the bitch lives, and
yeah, which is
the girl with the
which goes
glasses
against
lives.
type. Which goes against the girl against with the glasses turns into a zombie and then she
Well,
murders him.
I was gonna start at that point. I
Sorry.
guess.
Sorry to interrupt.
So they were driving away. The girl with the glasses pulls a gun on the bitch. And I'm just saying the bitch because she is the bitch. I'm not just calling women bitches.
Mhm.
Says you're going to turn because she assumes she got bit. Then in turn, she starts to turn. Luckily,
Oh,
bitch
yeah.
girl has a fucking axe in her hand, both half naked. Kills the girl with the glasses and is the only one to survive.
Yeah. Which sometimes I think I was surprised by that too, because often it's somewhat went against type. Like you would think the blonde girl who was like in distress would be the final girl. Like she was like the innocent one. She was like kind of started as the victim. And then the girl who essentially lived to the end, sort of debatably, was the bitch. Like it was
She
the
lived
first
to her
girl.
end.
It was the first girl who took off her top. And like if we go to Scream rules, if we're referencing Scream rules, like the first girl that gets naked is the first girl to die, but the first girl that got naked is the last one to die. Because arguably she died because she may or may not have got hit by the truck that's driven by Bill Burr, which started this whole thing when he ran over a zombie or when he ran over.
What do you
a
mean
deer.
may or may not have? She definitely got hit by the truck, right?
It cut to black right before she got hit by the truck.
Okay.
So it's
Hold
It's
on.
masterful
Is
writing.
this debatable?
it's not really debatable. She pretty much got hit by the truck, and it was the same
Okay,
thing.
so the movie begins with them driving in the car. We didn't fully explain
Yeah.
how it begins. Them driving in the car and them talking about being gay and clogging toilets.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it was immediately starts with dick and fart jokes or dick and shit jokes. Like,
and then John Mayer's like, who's not driving? Bill Burr's driving. John Mayer goes, "Oh, you see that deer up there, right?" And Bill Burr's like, on his phone, says, "Oh yeah, I see it." Clearly, on his flip like Samsung phone. Clearly doesn't see it. Says he sees it, and then slams into the deer, which is what causes the toxic waste to fall into the lake, which is what starts this whole situation.
And also the line was Bill Burr's like, "Do you see that deer?" And he's like, "Yeah, I see." He's like, "I don't think you do." And then he hits it and it blows up. But in the end part, same scenario where Bill Burr's on his phone again. He's like, "You see that girl?" And he's like, "Yeah, I see her." And he's like, and John Mayer just replies, "I trust you."
Well, so that's how it ends. Everybody dies.
Yeah.
I like a movie
Pretty
where
much.
everybody dies.
Other than Bill Burr and John Mayer, they probably lived. So our
Maybe
heroes
not. Maybe
are Bill
that-
Burr and John Mayer.
Maybe they swerved into a tree and were ejected from the window.
Right. What weird they must have been friends with John Mayer. Like John Mayer is like involved in the comedy scene a little bit here and there, so it is kind of funny. And I know the Jordan guy was a comedy writer, and I think the director, Jordan Rubin, I think is his name.
I feel like
think
Bill
he-
Burr
he
had to have been a
stand-up.
part of Crank Yankers back in the day.
Probably, yeah. He's
100%.
probably. I bet they're just friends with this guy, and they're just like, and you told them the premise, and they're like, "That's hilarious." Yeah, fucking whatever. I'll do a little part.
And they were on the probably
need
separate
you-
day. They were
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
they
we
can
need you
completely
for-
separate day.
8 hours total.
yeah,
Yeah, it's him and John Mayer.
in a car.
And like even like I mentioned before, there was a blooper reel. They cut to that a lot, and with them just improvising like fucking weird shit to say to each other, and then like this is what the second movie we watched with a blooper reel. I think the only other one was a Jackie Chan film.
Did Cop Story have a blooper reel?
Yeah, Police Story. Yeah, that had a
Story.
blooper reel at the end. Oh, because it's like Jackie Chan. I think all Jackie Chan like stunt movies.
Do like his
yeah
bloop reels.
Yeah, got to show what goes wrong with those stunts.
Because he does the stunts. This was just like Shia LaBeouf.
This was just a classic fucking goofy ass comedy with Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Guess we're on
I don't have anything else to say about this fucking movie.
All right. We never mentioned the Zombiever bear. Thoughts on the Zombiever bear?
Yeah. Did you read the trivia on IMDb about that?
No. Tell me more.
It's the Zombiever bear is credited as Backstreet Boys. And we're not sure if it's one or all of them, but in the credits, the Zombiever bear just says Backstreet Boys.
So it's implying that one of the Backstreet Boys dressed up as a zombie.
One bear? And or all of the Backstreet Boys are the zombie bear.
Like at the same time?
That's
it's great. Unclear. I'm not gonna lie. It's just here. Let me bring it up right now.
I mean, this was like 2014. The Backstreet Boys, I believe, were completely disbanded at this time.
The Backstreet Boys are given a cast credit for playing the Zombiever bear. It isn't clear if it was all or one of them.
Or none of them.
Or none of them.
Yeah. Weird.
So, yeah, what do you think about the Zombiever bear? I did like how they all kind of came back at the end. The Zombiever bear, the Zombiever boyfriend, the Zombiever blonde girl.
Yeah.
They were all just like
there. And they were all just like friends, like all the Zombievers got together, Zombiever humans, whatever you want to call them.
When they were...
when the couple next door, the older couple,
yeah,
when they hear the noises, and she's like, "What are they doing over there?" The guy's like, "That's just some young people scissoring."
No, he goes, "They're just scissoring Lady Gaga."
Yeah, that's what he said. They're just scissoring a Lady Gaga. Oh, that was pretty funny.
They were great when they were biting. When the beavers were biting trees and knocking trees down, like when they knocked a tree down and killed that dude.
Yeah. This was the different. An interesting take on zombies, because usually zombies are these brainless idiot things that are just like for just eating people. These Zombievers clearly had some sort of tactics, like they cut down trees to kill people. They pulled like phone lines. Right. Like
these are like the Tremor. These are like the graboids of the zombie world.
Yeah,
that was my favorite scene or shot in the movie is when they showed like the phone line cut with the claw. Like,
they cut landlines. They blocked roads. They literally cut down a tree and murdered someone with it.
They're fucking tactical little beavers, dude. They know what's up.
Wait, so did they? So they killed that guy with the tree. Remember when they were trying to get away?
Yeah.
They knocked the tree over and they just showed them like gnawing at the tree, which is hilarious.
And he was later, a Zombiever later.
Yeah, later they show him as a Zombiever. So did they then like bite him, or
probably
in that time that like if you die in this area, you just get that Giardia Zombiever?
I'm sure they bit him off camera. I mean, why not? He's just sitting there.
They off camera bit him?
Yeah.
I mean,
I ain't question. I ain't question it too much.
And in the beginning, when the three girls are looking at the dam and the nest, they're like, they just piss green shit all over their nest. Is it just beaver piss? I'm like, what the fuck? Too much.
What do you mean too much?
It's just too much.
Too much hilarity.
Did you like the movie?
I mean,
what was your favorite scene?
Favorite scene? Probably when the girl first turns into the human beaver. That made me laugh because I thought it was like a dream sequence.
It was such a great
laying in bed and the girl like comes in and you're like, oh, she must be having a dream, and all of a sudden she's a goddamn Zombiever. I was like, oh my god. The two.
Oh, when they were about to scissor each other?
Yeah.
They're just scissoring a Lady Gaga.
Yeah. For what it was, that was unexpected, was it not? Did you expect them to turn into Zombievers?
Man, $2 million though. Could have made a
Yeah,
good movie with
of
$2
course I
million.
expected them to turn into Zombievers. What were we watching?
Logically, it makes sense, but it's like you just didn't see that. Like maybe zombies, but Zombievers.
So
I mean, it makes sense, but I just didn't see it coming.
Here's the thing: is when I saw it in my head, I wasn't like, "Does this make sense?" I was just like, "Yeah, I figured that was where this movie was going."
All right. I was pleasantly surprised, and then they
What
all
were you
started
looking
doing
for?
it.
Were you
I don't
looking for
know.
like some solid storyline?
No, I
Actually,
was
this
just
had a
maybe
solid
I was just in it so much where I just didn't like it. I just didn't see it coming.
You didn't see it coming. That's what
They
the movie's about.
Shyamalan'd him.
I know, of course, they Shyamalan me. I don't know how I didn't
How did
see
they
it coming.
Shyamalan you? The movie's called Zombievers.
Sure, but the Zombievers are the beavers that are zombies already existing in the world. And if they are going to attack humans, I didn't expect the humans to also turn into Zombievers.
I mean, that's Zombie 101, my dude.
No,
You get
yeah,
bitten, become a
yeah,
zombie. Whether it be a Zombiever, a zombie kitten, a zombie dog.
If I
whatever.
see a human getting
Zombie
bitten by a
bear.
regular zombie, I of course know they're going to turn into a zombie. But if they're going to get bitten by a zombiever, there's multiple avenues they could go.
No, there's one.
Are they
avenue,
just?
one
Is
road.
it just going to be a
There's one
human
way.
version? Because that's a beaver version of a zombie.
Come in with getting bit and turn into a zombie.
But why wouldn't the human turn into a human version?
The
of
beavers were
zombie?
patient zero, patient
guess
zombie
so.
zero.
And it makes sense. And this all got, it all got cleared up when I saw the zombiever bear. It all made sense. But,
You were like, oh,
yeah, exactly.
Up until that, you're watching like this.
What the fuck's going on?
It's interspecies zombie thing.
And then you saw the bear and you were like,
zombie erotica.
ah!
Oh, the zombie. I get it now. Yes.
They
All,
Shyamalan them.
all came together. And but
Have you
this
guys
is
seen
way
Old
better
yet?
than any Shyamalan movie I've ever seen.
Have you ever seen Old?
I haven't seen Old. It
Maybe
looks
that's
terrible.
better. Maybe that's better than
I
Zombievers.
doubt it. Old looks terrible.
Have you ever seen 1985's Zombieverse?
No, but I would love to.
Check it out.
Is that something? I thought I looked that up and I didn't find anything. But is that real? Did you actually see that? Is that actually a thing?
It's basically Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but with zombies.
Fuck yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean,
Sam
we're
Rockwell
doing
in it?
good. We're doing good on zombies. This is our third zombie movie, right? Is it not?
This is our first Zombiever movie.
This is our first Zombiever movie. Yes. That's
Yeah,
true.
but
because there aren't actually
Here's the thing is-
zombies in this movie.
no,
There's
there's
just
no zombie.
Zombievers.
Like, what makes a zombie? Does simply being undead make you a zombie? And like, what
Yeah.
chemical are they having and transporting that
they
makes
never
them undead? Like,
And did
there's
those-
a lot of questions I need answered. In
And
this
did
movie.
those beavers even
Yeah, but all
die, or
zombie
did they
movies are like that.
transform?
There's something happens, like a satellite crashes. There's a nuclear or
fucking tell me what
That's
all
what it
movies
is.
are like?
Yeah,
I mean,
no
all
one
of them are
seemed
like
undead. There was didn't seem undead vibes. It just seemed like a transformational vibes.
Yeah, they were
That's a
fucking
little
creatures,
different.
dude. They were fucking
Yes.
creatures.
Maybe this isn't a zombie movie then. This is a
It's not.
zombiever
It's
movie.
a zombie-
It's a Zombiever movie.
Yeah, it's different.
Just
Different.
like
Sorry.
Zombieverse is a zombie movie in the universe.
Yeah. See, I was gonna put this in the same category of like
Zombieverse.
zombieverse. Yeah. You gotta enunciate the V more.
Zombieverse. Is that
Yeah.
not what we're talking about?
Zombievers.
You guys are
I think we
confusing.
talked about the wrong movie this whole time.
Well,
I mean, they're both great.
what's your favorite
Probably.
scene of either one?
I mean, fuck that. That transformation scene really blew my mind. So that was great.
The
girl
the
turning into it, yeah.
pre-lesbian sex transformation
that
scene.
one, that one, but
PLST.
that was we already talked about that. Other than
Yes.
that, I mean, when Buck was swimming around with a beanie and he got his foot just chopped
Great.
off,
Great.
that was
great.
pretty great.
That was great.
Yep. That all the swimming scenes, of course. They were all great.
Yeah, I liked when they were in the bikinis.
Yep. What was your favorite scene?
When they were in the bikinis.
Okay, both of them. There's two swimming scenes.
Both.
Whatever. Yeah. What else? What is another great scene?
Shorts.
Probably the John Mayer stuff. John Mayer and Bill Burr stuff was funny.
Yeah, let's be honest. The beginning scene and the end scene those are the best. Those are my
Yeah.
favorite scenes in the movie.
Were great bookends.
Great bookends because it
Full
really
circle. I
started
love when a movie goes full circle.
and fully ended the movie.
Oh yeah. Nailed it.
Schwartz,
I think they
did
nailed
you
it.
have a favorite part?
I told you, it's when she transforms into the zombiever for the first time.
Yeah, duh.
I mean, the part where they were talking about like how he had a boyfriend and the way he reacted to it was pretty funny in the beginning. I mean, I you know, it was funny. The picture of her boyfriend cheating on her. I said to myself, "That's that girl. She has the same exact hair." I knew it the whole time.
Oh, what a weirdo.
Yeah, don't watch this movie, everybody. It's not worth your time.
Can definitely watch this
What do you
movie.
mean don't watch
If you're
it?
if
Don't
you're
watch it.
still listening to this podcast and you like us at all, like you'll probably like this movie.
If you hate Schwartz, watch this movie.
If you hate me, watch this movie, so no one will see it. That's
So
a good idea.
Billion people are going to watch this
Everyone.
movie right now.
Pretty much everyone I know is going to watch this movie right now.
Mm-hmm.
If they listen to that advice. Let's rank it.
All right. Ranking.
Ranks.
Looking at the
Ranks. Is it better than Harold and Maude?
No.
Is it better than Magnolia?
No.
Is it better than Drag Me to Hell?
Yes.
Interesting.
In my opinion, yes.
Is it better than City of God?
No.
Well, that doesn't work for my list. That don't fly, Tweety Bird.
I think I got a spot for it. This might sound low because I do love this movie, but it's not the best movie ever made.
Hold on. What movie
So-
did we just watch?
ZOMBEAVERS.
Zombieverse.
So I'm going to go at number 44 or 45.
I'm
Is
not
it
going to lie.
Is it better than Nocturnal Animals?
Yeah. No. No way.
You don't think so?
I'm not gonna lie. I almost put this last. The first time I watched it, I thought, well, that was a huge piece of shit, and I was like, I'm gonna put it at 70 or 69, I guess.
Okay. I'm going to go.
Definitely changed my mind, but continue.
I'm going to go. It's better than Nocturnal Animals. Because I would rather watch this movie again before I watch Nocturnal Animals. Well, I don't know. Schwartz, what do you think?
69.
69 out of
Yes, sir.
70.
69.
69. So it's still better than Down by Law.
I mean, 69 out of 60. You're putting it in last place, Schwiz?
Yeah.
You
Last
hated
or
this
just above
movie?
last? Are you 70 or 69?
Doesn't matter, either one.
Is it better or worse than Down by Law?
Did
I
you
don't know
really
either
hate
one.
this
Doesn't
movie
matter.
that much?
I mean, it's it's not that. Every movie we've watched, it's definitely number 69.
Did you even enjoy? You enjoyed it though.
You
Come
didn't
on.
enjoy this movie at all.
Not really.
No.
I've seen it before.
You literally
I've
said
seen it already.
4 things on the podcast. So
I've seen it already.
I know you've seen it already, but
Like if I didn't see it, maybe it would be more like that was great or that was funny or that was cool. But I seen
Think-
it. Like I knew
think
what to
back
expect.
to
So
the-
because
think
you
back to
saw
the
it,
first time.
you're gonna have a 0 opinion on this movie.
I said a lot of things.
That's really
I'm
not
telling
good
you
for
right
the
now, I'm
podcast.
ranking it at 69.
Cool.
69.
Thanks. Good job.
So
Glad you
right
made it.
above the second to last movie, then you got to make up your mind here.
I told you
69. I
69.
don't know what that
Whatever
is.
number that is, whether it be
69.
last,
Yeah.
I'm not
Copy
looking
that.
at the list. Just put
Yeah.
69.
Cool.
Schwartz doesn't care about this. Actually, we talked about this. I think we're gonna start ranking your movie where we think you want it, since you don't care about the list.
Whatever you want to do.
I think that's what we'll do from now on. Instead of you ranking your movie, we will rank your movie. Because you have a good baseline with 70 movies. I think we can tell at this point where you want a movie.
Sometimes.
Sick.
Number 32 for me.
Oh wow.
Pretty
Number
high.
32. Right
Nice.
under Once Upon a Time in the West. Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want to.
Oh yeah.
right
Sergio
above
Leone
Mank.
being rolled over in his grave.
Don't want to
Above
watch
the-
Mank.
In between Sergio Leone and David Fincher, Zombieverse.
I know.
I'm just saying.
You know,
This was worth it just for that.
I'm just
see that
saying it's
too.
it's better than Mank, and I'd rather watch Once Upon a Time in the West.
Interesting.
Yeah, for some reason I feel like I need to drop Mank a little bit.
Drop that bitch, dude. Makes
I'm doing it. All right, I'm going.
Zombieverse.
You know what's better than Mank? Zombieverse.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna drop Mank right under Zombieverse to 45.
There you
and
go.
Zombieverse
There you
is gonna
go.
drop
That's what I'm
at
talking
44.
about, Jake.
That's what I'm talking about. Get that shit under Zombieverse.
Because like ever since I've seen Mank, I tried to watch it again one time and I was like so fucking bored with it.
Coming with the Zombieverse. When you're editing, you're just staring at your computer and you're kind of
Sorry.
scary, Jake.
Sorry, I don't know. Weirdo.
Zombieverse. Worst, best movie I've ever seen.
I want to watch a drone.
Never watched Drone. We should have made Drone 5 years ago.
I know. I wish I would have known about Drone before literally today. I learned about Drone this morning.
Would you have changed your pick from Drone or from Zombieverse to Drone?
Probably not. I've been wanting to watch Zombieverse for a while
Zombieverse
with you guys now.
is kind of a thing. It's like pretty iconic. Feels like it's just perfect for this genre.
Right. Very
And
niche,
yeah,
very
great,
good.
great movie. 32.
Fun.
Go fuck yourselves.
Interesting ranks. 32. I got a 44. Schwartz is at 69. Great.
69.
I mean, it's an appropriate number for that movie.
It
Like
is because
the-
it's our
the
69th
podcast
episode.
number.
69th
69th episode.
thing. Who
And it was
cares?
Shit.
Slightly
it's-
Halloween theme because it's slightly horror. So
And it's just not a good movie.
Horror-esque.
Next week's movie.
yeah, buddy.
Should we talk about Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next week.
Cool.
A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, Freddy Krueger, directed by Wes Craven.
R.I.P.
Another one. So we're gonna have 2 movies this Halloween starring Johnny Depp.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess-
that's right.
I guess he's not starring Johnny Depp. It's introducing Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's first movie.
He's in it. Is he a main character or he's just kind of like one of the characters?
He is a main character-ish. You'll see. Have you never seen it? You've never seen it. That's
I don't
why watched it.
remember. I think I watched it like when I was young or something. I don't
Johnny
really
Depp.
know.
He's a good dude. He's a jock. He's got a baseball bat. He talks about his baseball bat. He goes like this. I'm just gonna hit him with a baseball bat.
All right.
Check it out. Nightmare on Elm Street next week. Rounding off our Halloween choices.
That'll be Halloween, the week of Halloween.
Halloween, like Zombieverse.